What's going on, guys? David Falla here, and today I'm bringing you a really cool tutorial you guys are gonna love, just because it's gonna incorporate a lot of shear work that I know you guys want to learn. Also, it's gonna have some clipper work. It's gonna incorporate a taper fade. So pretty much this is like a modern classy hairstyle, to say it like that. So it's gonna be kind of like a comb over type of thing, and you know that I know you guys still use in a lot of places. It's like one of the #1 haircuts that many barbers do still, right? So we're gonna incorporate a little more like a modern look. So pretty much what we're gonna do, it's we're gonna go ahead and wet the hair completely. Make sure it's like completely saturated, just because you want the hair to be all even at the roots, right? Like completely wet pretty much. So once that's done, then you're gonna section the top from the sides using a horseshoe parting. And then what we're gonna do, the sides, we're gonna start cutting the sides first, and then what we're gonna do, we're gonna use diagonal back sections to kind of layer the hair, right? So pretty much we're starting to remove a little bit of bulk and kind of create direction on the sides, still maintaining some of that length. So pretty much we're gonna build our shape first. I talked about this on Instagram before, pretty much the difference that makes how can I say this, like what separates a barber from a hairstylist, right? Usually it's two things. One is that barbers understand shading and hairstylists understand shapes, right? So pretty much now in the barber industry, we are kind of forced to understand both. So we have to understand what shapes and shading are. So pretty much you can understand how to do a fade, and also how to create a shape on the haircut, right? So that's pretty much what we're doing here. We're incorporating some of those techniques from hairstyling for hairdressing, incorporating to like the men's hairstyle that we're trying to do. So in this case, we're trying to build some weight on the sides, but more like actually in this case, like, you know, we're creating a diagonal back just because we want direction. We want the hair to go in that direction. So that's why we're using this type of sectioning, right? So once that's done, we're gonna cut the top. So we're gonna create a profile parting, or pretty much we're gonna do what I call it, we're gonna create a mohawk section. So we're gonna part the hair in 3 parts, right? We're gonna the middle part is gonna be our kind of like guide, and then we're gonna use that guide to connect everything else. So this is gonna be a vertical guide, and then pretty much what we're gonna do is gonna cut a straight square, and then the front we're gonna pull it up, just because we're not over direct it up. And the reason for it is because we're trying to leave length on the front. We want the front to be a little bit longer, and how you guys know, the front of the head is the lowest part of the head, so the head starts curving there. So if you don't over direct it, then it's not really gonna maintain a square shape or a triangular shape. If you want, it's kind of gonna start rounding, just because that's what the head does, right? So pretty much what we're doing now is we're pulling the second section into the first one, and then the third section into the second one, and that's gonna create a square shape on top. And with men hair, pretty much men hand styling, and I said it many times, we want to maintain a square shape, just because this is what gonna makes kind of like everything look a little more masculine, and that's what obviously we want with men. So pretty much what I'm doing on this side, of how you can see, I'm pulling everything to the previous guide, and it's gonna, how I said, maintain a square shape, and that's exactly the one. How you can see the front is just over directed back a little bit, just because we want that to be a little bit longer. So once that's done, then what we're gonna do, we're gonna go ahead and cross check our work, right? Every time you use vertical sections to create your cutting line, then you obviously want to use horizontal sections, or obviously the opposite, to cross check your work, right? I understand that sometimes when we're at the shop, we try to cut like fast because we gotta whatever time. I understand, but then it's important that if you're doing it fast and you're taking big sections to cut, then you need to make sure that you're using like a cross check method to make sure that your haircut is even, right? So this is a very important concept that you guys gotta get used to it, right? If you take smaller sections, obviously your work is gonna be more precise, but if you take bigger sections, then you definitely 100% have to like double check your work. So and the other side, pretty much what I'm doing, I'm taking the same diagonal back sections, and I'm just continuing the same process pretty much that I did on the other side, right, on the right side. So what I'm doing different in this case is that you can see I'm grabbing some of the hair from the top, so I'm kind of connecting the top with the sides already, right? So that's gonna start continue creating my shape, and I'm not gonna have to like do that after, you know, like I'm doing both at the same time. So I'm cutting and connecting at the same time. So now we're gonna connect the back. So on the back is gonna be continue the same process that I did, just diagonal back sections until we reach the middle, and then on the other side we do the same, and then that's gonna create like a little peak on the middle, and then we can round it if we want, or we can see how that settles in the back of the head, and then if we like it we can leave it. Now we can always round it and remove the little peak that is there. Okay, that's our personal choice. Sometimes it looks nicer with that, sometimes it doesn't. It just kind of depends on what we're creating, right? So now that we're done with that, we're gonna dry the hair, and then we're gonna go ahead and start our fading, right? We already have the shape in there, so it's gonna be way easier to fade. So we're gonna go ahead and use a number 2 detachable. If you don't have a number 2 detachable, what you can go ahead and do is use your regular clipper with a number 2 guard, and you close the lever. That's just pretty much the same thing. So you know, you guys know I love using detachables just because it makes it easier for me. I feel like it cuts cleaner, and also like it makes it quicker, and that's what the reason I'm so used to already using detachables. But yeah, it will be the same thing as a number 2 plastic with the lever closed. So here we're gonna go ahead and do number 5. So this number 5 is pretty much gonna connect to what we already cut, just because that was pretty much the length. If you for whatever reason start kind of like creating a second line, or you're creating a guide, or you're leaving too much weight and that's not what you want, then obviously you can remove it after. So pretty much what I'm doing right here is I'm kind of like just down fading from the number 5 all the way to the 2, and how you can see like it's creating a little bit of graduation, a little bit of weight on the sides, right, from our shear work, right? And this is something that I want in this haircut because I want to keep that a little bit heavier. But at some point I'm probably gonna have to texture that a little bit, or removing some of that bulk. And at that point now you can use different methods. You can use clipper over comb, you can use shear over comb, or scissor over comb. So there's many ways that you can kind of maintain the shape but also remove some of that bulk, right? It all depends on what you're trying to create. One of the main questions that I always get is like, oh, how do I do this haircut, how to do the haircut? And I try to explain people that you gotta learn the technique, and then you can do pretty much any haircut, right? Like not everybody's head is the same. So if I teach you how to do one haircut and you come to and you try doing a client that might have a different type of head, or more challenging type of hair and things like that, and you don't know the actual technique, then it's going to be very hard for you to do the haircut, right? So I try to focus on teaching techniques and not really haircuts. And that's one of the things that makes me maybe a little bit different than other people that just try to teach you how to do this particular haircut, but they don't teach you the technique of why you're doing what you're doing. So here you can see like I'm down to a number 2, and then I'm using the same number 2 to clipper over comb, and now I'm using the new Endis Supra 5 that many of you have been asking me about, and actually did a video about it, and I'm using it to clipper over comb. And I love this clipper because of that. It's super light, and so it helps me to do this type of thing. So you can see I'm just connecting that weight line that I created at the beginning. I'm connecting it to the number 2, or to like the 5 pretty much. Actually that's the guide that I used to connect. So just remove a little bit of the bulk pretty much. I'm not removing length much, I'm just removing bulk with it. How you can see, like I still had a little bit of line, but I want to just soften it. I don't want to remove much, so I'm using my shears to soften that, and just using a clipper over comb and just soften it a little bit while still maintaining that part like a little bit darker, because that's what I want to maintain that square shape. So this is a technique you can use. Also, some people use shears, like thinning shears or texturing shears. That's fine too. Whatever works for you. Guys, you guys understand that the most important thing with hair cutting is understanding that the tools were created for one purpose, but as barbers, as artists, we use those tools in many different ways, and to use them for things that maybe manufacturers never thought about it. So there's so many ways to do a hairstyle, to do a step or whatever, that you can use different tools to remove that step or to create that step. So I want you guys to understand that if you see a barber doing certain technique, it's not that he's wrong just because you never seen it before. It's just different different way to achieving things, right? That's just one thing that I want to make clear for everybody. So anyways, here we taper in the back, and pretty much what I did, I just created a line with a 0, then I created a line with a 1, or the clipper with the lever open. And then I'm down fading from remember that was a 2 that we passed there, so I'm using pretty much a 1 lever open, then I'm closing that lever, and then right now I'm using the clipper with no guard, with lever down, and then I'm just or open, and then I'm just closing that lever or moving it up little by little until the line is gone. And that's pretty much it. It was a quick one, obviously, because the hair wasn't that long there. And on the sides I'm doing exactly the same thing, so I'm using a number 1 open, and then I'm closing it little by little. When it's fully closed, then I just remove that lever, that guard, and then go ahead and use the machine with the lever open, and then start closing it little by little, and that's it. How you can see, I'm using the ND's MV to fade the sides and stuff, and you guys saw I used 2 different machines. I mean, it's the same machine, I just one ran out of battery, so I had to use the other one, so that's why I don't think that they're different. They're actually the same machine. Then anyways, here I'm kind of shaping up the back already, and the sides a little bit. There's not gonna be much hair there, so it's just kind of keeping it very natural. Like a lot of the classic hairstyles don't require a lot of like super sharp lines, and that's not what the client wants. You just wanna make them, you know, look nice, but like more natural looking, right? I think that's very important to do with hairstyles that are more classic, more, you know, that if that's what the client wants, obviously. So here I'm just applying a little bit of pomade because we want a little bit of shine in that hair, and that's it. How you see I'm using a wide tooth comb to comb the hair, kind of give it like a little bit more separation between the hair, and that's it, guys. I mean, that's pretty much the hairstyle. You can see like this haircut incorporates a lot of different techniques, and it has a very nice flow with a lot of balance, which is what we wanted. And that's it, guys, that's the tutorial. Hope you guys enjoyed. Don't forget to subscribe, like it, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Take care.